Thank you for joining me for Word of Advice Wednesdays. I want to talk to you today about getting unstuck. Sometimes we start moving forward with our goals and our dreams, and we're full of enthusiasm and we're full of energy, and we feel like nothing's going to stop us. We finally got this idea, this goal in our head, we got motivated, and we're going for it. And then you get to a point where you hit this brick wall. You feel like I keep moving, I keep putting one foot in front of the other, doing all the things that I know to do, but I'm stuck. I'm not going forward. And you start asking yourself, what happened? Why am I not moving forward? Where's my energy? Where's my enthusiasm gone? And so I want you to look at, there might be two reasons that you're stuck at this point. It's possible that fear came in and somebody said something to you that caused you to be concerned, afraid, intimidated by the dream and the goal that you had. You were going along just fine, and then you were told, well, maybe you can't do it, or maybe it's going to be too difficult, or didn't you try this before and you failed at it, or you don't seem to stick to anything, or what do you know about doing this particular goal, or remember the last time you tried this diet and failed, remember the last time you started a business and didn't finish or didn't continue, or how long is this going to take anyway? Do you think you have that time? Do you think that you're smart enough? All of those negative things that are being thrown at you. When there's too many negative statements, negative thoughts being thrown at you, you may think that when you heard it, you didn't believe it, you were ignoring it. But it's possible that some of those negative thoughts have creeped in. It's possible that some of those negative thoughts have creeped in and they're causing you to get stuck. You may have thought that you ignored it, moved on, and that you're still trying and you're still working at that goal that you have, but really those thoughts were ruminating and those thoughts are pulling away at your energy, at your enthusiasm, and at your ability to keep moving forward. It may be time to step back, step off the treadmill, and really process. Think about what took place, what did they say, and how did that make me feel, and what am I doing about it, so that you can begin to dispute that thought, right, that negative thought, and get back on track to achieving your goal and your dream. The other thing that happens to get us off track, to get us stuck when we're trying so hard to move forward, is that we get intimidated. Wow, thinking to ourselves, I didn't think this was going to take as much time. Maybe you thought the goal that you had would have took about 4 hours a week, and now you're finding out it's going to take 40 hours a week to accomplish. Or maybe you thought that you only had to spend $1,000 to make this dream come alive, and now you're finding out that, wait a minute, it's going to cost me, $20,000, and it's going to cost me more time than I expected, more energy than I have, right? Or maybe you're the kind of person like, I like to do things alone. I don't need anybody. And then you're finding out in order to achieve this goal, this dream that you have, you're going to need not just one person, but a team of people with different skills and abilities to help you to make this happen. And so sometimes it's not just fear that comes in the way to slowly pull at us and cause us to get stuck and unmotivated, but sometimes it's intimidation, right? When we find out that it's going to take a lot more than we first thought it would to achieve our goals, and we become intimidated, and that intimidation slowly makes you slow down. It makes you stop moving forward. It makes you get stuck. All of a sudden, the creativity stops flowing. It's like a river that was flowing full of energy and creativity and just excitement. Someone came and just started putting a bunch of rocks in it. And now the water can't flow, it can't move. And it just doesn't feel as good. And it's harder to get things done. So sometimes you have to actually stop and say, okay, what happened? I was moving, I was going forward, and then all of a sudden I got stuck. Is it a lack of creative ideas? Is it a lack of resources? Or is it that I'm afraid? I started believing the negative things that people were saying to me. Or am I intimidated because I didn't know I was going to need to do as much or need as many resources And so now I have to step back and get the resources, put in the time, make the time, right? Figure it out. I have to reframe what I thought I was going to do. I have to now have a new vision. I have to reframe and revision, right? What I planned on doing, because the way that I wanted to do it, the thing that I was trying to achieve, is going to require me doing something else, something more, so that I can get to the same end that I'm trying for. Don't be afraid. Don't get stuck. Don't give up. Don't let fear win. Don't let intimidation take over. Even if you're overwhelmed, step back, get the help, get the resources, and get back in the game. Get back on track with what you want to achieve, right? Don't let this moment, this thing that has you feeling like, I don't know, right, stop you from achieving your goal, right? Take the time out to figure out what happened. What were the rocks that showed up in your water to stop the water from flowing, to stop your river from going the way that it was, to take away your energy and your enthusiasm. Get back on your track that's set and designed for you to achieve the goal that you have in mind. And do that by not letting fear, not letting intimidation get in the way, right? There's nothing too big that you can't figure out. You may have to get other people and definitely creativity to flow. But fear stops creativity. Intimidation stops creativity. So let's move those two things out of your life. So that's the word of advice for you today. To move fear out of the way, move intimidation out of the way, get back on track, and pursue your goals. Don't let the little things that were said to you or the negative things that you said to yourself to cause you to get stuck, right? Don't let them get in the way of you taking another step and moving it forward so that you could ultimately have the thing that you've been striving for, working hard for, that you got excited about, that you know is going to leave your life better than it is now once you've achieved that goal. So thank you for letting me motivate and encourage you today. I'll see you next Wednesday for Word of Advice Wednesday.